Hey guys, thanks for joining me. This week we're at Garway Hill in Herefordshire, so we're out of Wales for a change. So we are going to go on a bit of a walk now up to the summit of Garway Hill. I'm going to begin my ascent in a couple of minutes, but we're going to take on a little wild camp, and I've brought Ruby along with me today as well. So stick with me and we'll see what adventures we can have today. Hey guys, so I finally found somewhere to pitch. The ground here isn't that great and it's very windy tonight, and just give you a bit of scenery behind me. So I was struggling to find somewhere nice to pitch up. Now at the top there is an old radio control room that's had the roof taken off, and that is ideal protection, but it's the first place anybody who visits Garway Hill goes to. So I couldn't really pitch a tent, it was too obvious, too close to where everybody's going to be. So I've come off the hill a little bit, and I found a real nice little spot, and I've used all this shrubbery around me to create a bit of a windbreak. So I'm going to get pitched up and then I'll show you what I've done. Okay guys, so we're pitched up finally. It took me a little minute to just find a nice spot. So here I am. That's me for the evening, and I'll just take you inside the Bobcat and we'll see how we're set up for tonight. Now we are set up very similar to how I was up on Hay Bluff. We're very similar to how we were set up on Hay Bluff. So I've got my bag, water for me, water for Ruby, and inside I've got a ribeye steak, some butter spray, some Mediterranean style vegetables, a couple of beers. I've got a Base Camp Pilsner and a Florida Vice hazy raspberry sour. And I've got the steak knife out, and some Sensations chili peanuts for later. And we're going to cook these up, see if we can get a sizzle on, have a couple of beers before we lose light. So let's get cracking. So without further ado, let's get sizzling, guys. Okay, so here goes in the camp kitchen, guys. There we go. Put my pan on. Now you may be wondering why my pan looks like it's got jizz in it, but it's just fry light. A little spray fry light in there. So what I'm going to do now is warm the pan up, and then I'll throw my steak in. Once I've got my steak in, I've got peppercorn sauce, Mediterranean style vegetables. So that is going to be absolutely amazing. So hopefully we should now be warm enough to get our steak on. So I'm just going to let that sizzle away for a few minutes, guys, and I'll bring you back in a minute once we've got that cooking on. Okay guys, so steak's pretty much done. Just going to throw the old Mediterranean veg in, and we'll be somewhere near. So let's see how this goes. Look at that. It's a little tricky one-handed. But we're looking good so far, guys. Looking good so far. Just going to let that fry up. Once it's finished, I'll give it a little stir up, add the peppercorn sauce, and we'll see how we get on. But that is looking good. And just as a shout out to my buddy Scottish Wanderer, who's also got a Bobcat, it's all mines. Okay guys, so I think that's pretty much done now. It's looking nice. So I'm just going to put a little bit of my Asda creamy and warming peppercorn sauce. I'm just going to put that through there now. Just to warm it through. Because who wants cold peppercorn sauce? So I'm going to stir that up, and I'm going to eat that up. That is looking absolutely stunning. Really, really nice. The old stove that I got from Amazon is doing me absolutely perfectly. And I think that stove, in all honesty, was like £15. So that is absolutely perfect for what I need. Who doesn't want to have a steak dinner and a beer while you're out camping? Does life get any better than that? I don't think so. So I'm just going to let this sizzle away, and I'll bring you back for the taste challenge. Hey guys, so I've got the tea, and I'm just going to have a little taste, see how the steak is. That is so good. That steak is so juicy, and the peppercorn sauce is so creamy. Let's get some of these onions. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish eating that now. I'm going to save some for Ruby as a little reward, a little treat for being good while I set the tent up. So once I get into the tent and we start having a couple of beers, I'll have a little chit chat then and update you a bit. Hey guys, so I'm back in the Bobcat now. Just had my dinner and that was absolutely fantastic. There is nothing better than having a steak whilst you're out camping. That has been the best experience of my camping life. Steak and vegetables with peppercorn sauce, how good is that? So just to top that off now, I'm going to have another beer. This time we're going with a Base Camp. It's a Pilsner, and it's inspired by adventure. Obviously because it's called Base Camp, it's inspired by adventure. Brewed and canned in London, UK, and it says foothills, woodland, camp or climb. Strap a pack across your back and explore new places without a map. I don't recommend that. I recommend you get a map and find new ways to leave the ground, pitch a tent as the sun goes down. Now that sounds like my kind of theory. Choose your adventure, drink good beer. Base Camp is crisp, dry and refreshing with a floral, spicy aroma. So we'll test that out, we'll see if it's floral, and I'm going to do that outside the tent because I do not want to be spraying beer all over the inside of my tent. I like beer. Okay, so we did have a bit of froth. It's just like all other pilsners. Maybe not as disgusting as Holsten Pils, but it's just like all other pilsners. It's nice. It's a little bit sharp, metallic, and real nice. I'm not getting the spicy aroma. No, not getting the spicy aroma. But that is good. Okay guys, so we're losing the light a little bit now. And the next beer we're going to crack is the Florida Vice. And I bought this for one reason and one reason only. I was supposed to be in Florida now. We booked a family holiday to Disneyland, Florida. And obviously because of COVID, didn't happen. Didn't happen. So I'm going to get into a Florida Vice. And it says it's a hazy raspberry sour. So I'm going to crack this and see how we get on with this. But I just thought it was a little bittersweet really. I should be in Florida, but I'm out camping. And in memory of Florida, I've got my Florida Vice. So we rebooked for 2022 because I believe 2021 is going to be absolutely crazy. And also it's 50th anniversary for Disney, so ain't happening. So it does smell very fruity, very raspberry, not so sour. Gee, it tastes very sour. So I don't know how much you can actually see behind me, but there's some absolutely stunning views. So what I will do is I will give you a quick look. Let me just flip my viewfinder around and I'll just show you my tent. And as you can see, we're all set up. Ruby's on guard. She's keeping an eye out for bad men, bad sheep, or anything else that might come around or be available. So as you can see, I'm sort of hunkered down behind of all of this. And hopefully that's going to keep some of the wind off me. So I'm going to go and lock myself in the tent. Ruby is active. So I'm going to go and lock myself in the tent now and finish this beer. And I'll catch up with you guys in a few minutes. Okay guys, so we've lost light and now I'm in the tent. Nothing else to say really. I've had a couple of beers, had a good night. Ruby had finished remains of my steak. The weather's pretty lousy. It's just started to go off a little bit windier, and we did have a little rain. That's just died down. So I've just wrapped myself up. I've give Ruby's in the vestibule again, and she's got a spare sleeping bag. I've got a sleeping bag, so I'm just going to crash for the night, and I'll catch you guys in the morning unless anything exciting really happens overnight. But I'm just going to go and catch up on Facebook now, see what's going on Instagram, and that'll be me for the night. So I'll catch you in the morning, guys. Take care. Hey, good morning, guys. It's 6 AM and I had a really good night's sleep. I think the pillow was like a massive factor in having that good sleep. So as you can see behind me, the sun is just rising, and I actually overslept, so I didn't get to see the actual sunrise, but you can see it pretty good behind me. So me and Ruby had a fantastic night's sleep in the Bobcat. She's still asleep. She's relaxing. So I've taken everything out and we're all packed up, apart from the tent and the stove. I'm going to have a quick coffee before we leave. So I just wanted to say that hey, we had a good morning, we've had a good sleep. There won't be any breakfast today, unfortunately. I haven't brought anything. But from where I actually live, look at those views. From where I actually live to here is probably about 15 minutes. It's not very far whatsoever. So look at me in the red. Look at the red sun kissing my face. So I'm probably just gonna admire these views for one last time, have a cup of coffee, throw the tent down, sit on my bag, have a brew and realise how lucky I am to be sat out in this. And then I'm going to head home, have some breakfast there, fill Ruby's bowl, and maybe throw an egg on top for her, just for being good. Okay guys, so as you can see, I was cooking over there. You see the dry patch of ground there where the Bobcat was. Such a small footprint of a tent. As always guys, leave no trace. You can see there's no litter, there's no tent pegs, no scorch marks from fires, no scorch marks from me cooking my steak last night. So always leave no trace guys. It's very, very, very important. There's a certain minority of idiots that are going out nowadays, and they should have been going to Benidorm or Ibiza, and they're just going camping and calling it wild camping. That's not wild camping guys. That is just absolute stupidity, going out, scalding the floors, leaving their shit everywhere. If you're one of those people, don't go out and don't call it wild camping. Because it's not. This is wild camping. That's wild camping right there. There's Ruby. Ruby's wild camping. So don't be one of those idiots guys. Make sure that you always tidy the site. Make sure that you always vanish at 6-7 AM in the morning before the walkers come. I've packed up, I've had a coffee, and I think it's like 6:30 or something crazy. And I'm off. So that's the way we do it guys. We pitch up when the sun sets. We pack up when the sun rises. That's it. So take care, stay safe. Thank you very much for watching. Hit subscribe. I really appreciate it guys. Thanks for coming on this little journey with me. I know it was a short one, but I appreciate you guys nonetheless. Take care guys, and I'll speak to you on the next one.